So good, man. You look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you.
That was a good camp?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Everything's good.
Joseph Parker versus Oleksandr Usyk. Absolutely. This was always the fight to make it heavyweight if we truly are living in a time of meritocracy. I'll be honest, I was fearful that the usual politics and BS would get in the way and push us in a different direction.
One day I would love the opportunity to fight here. I think it'll be amazing. Everyone that he's fought and everyone that he's beaten. And I want to test myself against them.
Roy Jones Jr. has recently stirred the boxing world by claiming that, at this moment, Joseph Parker poses the greatest threat to Oleksandr Usyk.
Usyk is a guy who can do whatever he wants to right now. He vacated the IBF, he went and got it back. You understand me? So it's just fun for him right now. So he can do whatever he wants to do. And he can fight whoever he wants to fight.
While Jones stopped short of predicting that Parker would defeat Usyk, he argued that the New Zealand heavyweight possesses the tools and experience to give the champion his toughest test. Given Jones's legendary career, dominating across multiple weight divisions, his opinion holds serious weight. The heavyweight scene is stacked of contenders hungry for a shot at Usyk, who currently owns all 4 major world titles. With the division fully unified, as Jones noted, the only path to championship glory now runs through Usyk. And while many fans point to Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua as his most dangerous rivals, Jones believes Parker's rare blend of experience and physical strength might make him the most challenging obstacle for the undisputed king.
Joseph Parker is the best fight for him right now because Joseph Parker is a guy who has the qualities and the experience that it would take to give Usyk the hardest time. I'm not saying he's going to beat Usyk by no means, but he will give Usyk the hardest time of anybody. And if anybody, I think if they said, Roy, you had to take one guy right now, put your money on against Usyk, who would it be? It would be Joseph Parker.
Jones's perspective carries weight, not only because of his legendary status, but also due to his deep insight into the sport. As a 4-division world champion, he understands exactly what it takes to thrive at the pinnacle of boxing. His assessment of Usyk's greatness is especially meaningful, coming from one of the rare individuals who can truly appreciate the magnitude of Usyk's achievements from both a technical and historical angle. Reflecting on Usyk's place in the sport's history, Jones recognized the Ukrainian as an exceptional fighter who has already secured a status among the greats. Usyk's mastery across 2 divisions, cruiserweight and heavyweight, has earned him a spot among the elite, an accomplishment few boxers can boast. Yet, despite his admiration, Jones stopped short of ranking Usyk alongside the absolute greatest heavyweights of all time.
Roy, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. You know, how does someone beat Oleksandr Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions, you know, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights?
No, the bigger guys could beat him, just got to have the right fight plan. None of these guys fighting with the right fight plan. And I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you got to have the right fight plan to fight with. If you don't have the right fight plan, he's going to destroy you. If you go out there trying to knock him out, he's going to destroy you. And most of those guys that go out with the idea, oh, he's small, he came up from cruiserweight, we're going to take him out. Wrong answer, you're not going to take him out. He fought Gaisov, who was an even stronger puncher than most of these heavyweights are, and Gaisov couldn't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Gaisov was one of the hardest punchers I've seen in quite some time. And Gaisov didn't give him no real opposition, basically, you know? So for these guys to think a one-punch guy's going to beat Usyk, that's not going to happen.
Even with his hesitation to call Usyk the greatest of all time, Jones still places him within the top 10. Usyk's achievements, most notably unifying the heavyweight division, has secured him a place among boxing's legends. However, for Jones, the unanswered question of how Usyk will respond to absorbing shots from true knockout punchers leaves a bit of uncertainty about his exact standing in the all-time rankings. The discussion about Usyk's future isn't limited to his historical greatness. There's also a growing concern that his age could soon play a role in his performances. Now 38, Usyk has endured the wear and tear of a long, demanding career, and some doubt whether his body can continue handling the punishment that comes with facing elite opposition.
And talking of Usyk, Roy, where do you rank him in that sort of all-time list? Everyone's been doing it all week, haven't they? It's the fun you have as a fight fan. Do you have an opinion on that?
No, I don't really have an opinion on that. He's definitely in the top 7 to top 5 now because he's done something that nobody ever done. Not to mention the quality of heavyweights is not the same as it once was. But I mean, for him to do it the way he done it, undisputed cruiserweight champ, now undisputed heavyweight champ. That says a lot, man. Not many people done that. So for him to do that itself has to put him in the top 5.
Robert Garcia has voiced his opinion that Usyk should think about stepping away from the sport while he's still at the pinnacle of his career. In Garcia's view, Usyk's body has already absorbed plenty of punishment, and pushing on, especially against younger, hungrier, and more aggressive challengers, could risk a disappointing end. His reasoning is hard to dismiss. Heavyweight boxing is unforgiving, and at 38, Usyk may soon begin to feel the effects of age. While he remains one of the best in the division, years of battles in the ring could start to take their toll, particularly if he meets an opponent who combines youth with explosive ability. Garcia's advice comes from a place of admiration and respect. He wants Usyk to bow out at his peak rather than see his legacy diminished by a noticeable decline after accomplishing so much in the sport.
I think if he lands with a big right hand, Joe Parker, and he said, "I will beat Oleksandr Usyk." What gives you the confidence that will happen as well, Andy?
Joe is the last challenge left. We can offer something that nobody else can. Craft, cleverness, doesn't take breaks, can fight the pace. It's a great challenge, and we just want to fight the best.
Despite the concerns surrounding his age and longevity, Usyk has made it clear that retirement isn't on his mind just yet. Following his win over Daniel Dubois, which cemented his status as the undisputed heavyweight champion, he had been openly discussing the next chapter of his career. Recently, the WBO ordered Usyk to defend his crown against Joseph Parker, who has earned a mandatory title shot. Parker's manager, David Higgins, has expressed optimism that the fight could finally happen by the end of the year. For Higgins, it's a culmination of a long climb, as Parker has been working his way back up the ranks since his loss to Anthony Joshua in 2018. Higgins remarked that Joseph is hoping and praying Usyk will defend the rare honor of being an undisputed champion, a title few have held in recent history. The WBO's order has reignited serious talks between the two camps. While Usyk has shown interest in meeting Parker, he has also named other possible opponents, such as Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Derek Chisora, making it clear his options are wide open. Still, the Parker matchup seems increasingly likely now that the sanctioning body is directly involved. For Parker, this is the opportunity he's been chasing for years. He's been vocal about his ambition to face Usyk for all the belts, and his recent performances have strengthened his claim. After weathering some tough defeats, Parker has rebuilt his career with persistence, emerging once again as one of the most dangerous contenders in the division, a fighter many believe is long overdue for another world title shot.
I would love to see him retire the way he is right now on top of the world, because if he goes in there, like I said, I think he has no problem with Parker, but it's still going to be tough. It's still going to be difficult. His body's already taken a lot. He's 38. We're going to end up seeing him. If he continues fighting, we're going to end up seeing him against a young lion, totally dominating him because of his age, because of his body already. Got a lot of tear and wear in his body. And we're going to see a sad ending where that's what we're going to remember. I would love to remember him as the greatest of all time, because he's showing to be one of the greatest of all times. I would love him to retire now and just call it quits and be remembered as one of the greatest of all times. I know there's so much money out there. There's so much, big fights, and it's tempting, to anybody. So I can't blame him either. I can't blame him for not wanting to continue fighting, because he's still on top of his game. He could still dominate many of those fighters, but sooner than later, his body is not going to respond. His body's gonna be tired, and we're gonna see maybe a sad ending, and I would hate to see that with those.
Chris Algieri is another voice backing the idea that Joseph Parker has earned his shot at Usyk. In Algieri's view, Parker is a battle-tested veteran with all the tools necessary to make life difficult for the champion. He highlighted Parker's imposing size for the division, his athleticism, and his wealth of experience. Most importantly, Algieri believes Parker's blend of physical stature and refined skill could present unique problems, challenges that might prove especially tricky for Usyk to overcome. While some fans and analysts lean toward younger, more aggressive challengers like Moses Atalma, Algieri maintains that Parker's experience and proven track record make him the ideal opponent for Usyk. Even if Parker has at times seemed like the outsider in the title conversation, Algieri is adamant that he has earned his shot at the undisputed crown. Former cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew, who has ties to Tyson Fury's camp, has also thrown his support behind Parker's title bid. Bellew has voiced his frustration over how difficult it has been for Parker to secure another world championship opportunity, yet he remains optimistic that the fight with Usyk will happen. While Bellew acknowledges that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua remain dangerous threats to Usyk, he still believes Parker has done enough to deserve his chance at dethroning the undisputed champion.
People won't like this, but the person who gives him the best fight is Tyson Fury, probably. People don't like me saying that, and I know everyone is furious about it, but he's the one who's given the most trouble. Yeah. Him or AJ have given the rematch with AJ was level going into round 10.
Yeah.
So, and AJ put a fantastic performance in the rematch. I think it's absolute lunacy to throw Moses Atuma in with Oleksandr Usyk now. I think that is absolute madness of the highest order. Has Moses Atuma even been past 6 or 7 rounds yet?
No. I think he had a 6-rounder once.
Why would you throw him in? It's boxing is a sport where it's so unforgiving, and you have to earn your stripes. I'm a huge Moses Atuma fan. I do believe he's the future of the heavyweight division, but he should in no way, shape or form be climbing in a ring with Oleksandr Usyk when he hasn't been past 6 rounds. I'm sorry. It's absolute crazy. A good fight for him. No one's more deserving than Joseph Parker, and I've screamed this from the rooftops. No one deserves the shot more. Joseph Parker, I can make a case for Joseph Parker deserving the shot more than Daniel Dubois. Because Joseph Parker's the man who went in with the absolute bogeyman at the division. Joseph Parker went in with Deontay Wilder. Let's be honest, no one really wants to face him. And then he went in with someone even worse than Zhilei Zhang. And no one wants to face him. And he dealt with the two of them back to back. And then let's get something straight. On 48 or 72 hours notice, whatever it was, he went in with the greatest sparring partner the world's ever known.
The reality, however, is that Tyson Fury could once again step in and derail Parker's chance at the title. Usyk has openly named Fury as a potential opponent. And with the history and hype surrounding Fury, Usyk showdown, it's entirely possible that Parker's route to the championship could be blocked by the sport's bigger name. For now, though, Parker keeps pushing forward, holding out hope that Usyk will honor the WBO's mandate and grant him the long-awaited shot. The heavyweight division is brimming with drama, unpredictability, and high-stakes matchups that fans are eager to see. Usyk, sitting at the pinnacle, faces no shortage of challengers vying for their opportunity. And while names like Fury and Joshua dominate the conversation, Parker remains contender with a perfect combination of experience and physical strength to present a genuine threat to the champion.